You've been doing this for 40 years. Is that perhaps how old you are?
No.
Mr. X, are you in the sports world?
Yes.
Did you this last season sit outside the dugout in a rocking chair, sir?
Yes.
Are you a man who, along with Josh Gibson, I have admired for many years by the name of Satchel Paige?
Yes, sir.
Oh, welcome back to the Mookie Chilson channel. And if you couldn't tell, we have a little bit of Satchel Paige mania still going on here at Mookie Chilson World Headquarters. Meanwhile, you are looking live at a cue card. This is an outline, a rundown of what we're going to talk about in the order in which we're going to discuss it. And I need your help. And I need you to stick around and I'll let you know how I need your help. I know you all know that I need help, but this is a specific piece of help that I need, so I'll explain. Meanwhile, we'll talk a little bit more about that Satchel Paige 1949 Bowman card that I picked up in Strongsville. 240 or Fight is an effort, an initiative that has kicked off in the wake of that Satchel Paige card, and I will explain what that means. My old pal Brent did it again, dropped off a great little package here at the Mookie Chilson World Headquarters that I want to go through with you. Meanwhile, there is a Boomerang Pinhole TTM first that I hope you will stick around for. It's really interesting. It knocked my socks off. I hope it knocks your socks off too. And at the end, I have a favor to ask, and I will be explicit and direct with the favor I'm asking you to perform for me. And we'll see if you can rise to the challenge. We'll see. Meanwhile, let's talk about this Satchel Paige card. There it is again. Again, this was the card, the big prize that I got at the end of Strongsville. Lots of thinking and dwelling and trading and selling and stress. In fact, I was talking to somebody the other day about it, and I didn't even know this card was still in Bill Chappell's case when I walked in there on Friday. Sammy Thunder and I walked in there early. We had media passes, and so we had to lurk around Bill Chappell's table because his cover was not off the case yet. And so while he took his body bag off the case, I just circled and circled. And of course, he helped me execute the deal. And once I saw it was in the case, I knew the game was on. And so there it is. It's back home here at Mookie Chilson World Headquarters. And of course, this Satchel Paige card is probably the biggest card of that 1949 Bowman set. But it's not the only big card in that 1949 Bowman set. And I actually have several of them, including, as I showed last time, this beautiful 1949 Bowman Jackie Robinson, which is a PSA Authentic. Of course, that also has the pinhole. And we know how important that is here at the headquarters. And so we have the Jackie. I also have this 49 Larry Doby rookie card, which has a nice bend in the bottom left there. But this is a pricey card in it too. But I'm super psyched to have it and to have it here in the headquarters. And as I continue to go down the line, another rookie card in that set is my man Gil Hodges. Now this was a pickup my buddy Greg from Midlife Cards basically brokered this deal at last year's Strongsville show. So 2 Strongsville pickups, 2 1949 Bowman. And I love this set. I actually love the Yogi Berra in this set. And this was one of my cards at the beginning of the year that I wanted to get. And I did pick it, I think at the beginning of last year, maybe this card got here. But a nicely centered, and it's got those Mike Petty's honest corners on it. But I love that Yogi. And so there you have it. This is sort of your starting lineup for my 1949 Bowman set. And as my buddy Rocket Rick J18 said, well, you got the big ones, you might as well keep going. And I thought about it. Well, yeah, he had showed me, he had showed Sammy and I, took us to an Applebee's one day after Garfield, and he opened his binder and showed me what all 240 of those cards look like when they're next to each other. And it's glorious. It's beautiful. There's a progression of colors and text and names on front and autographs on the back, and it's just beautiful and gorgeous. And I have such a big start already And Rick said he was going to send me some of his doubles. And so he's going to do that. And so I am now a 1949 Bowman set collector. And what I forgot that I also had when I came home from Strongsville is I already have the Eddie Waitkus rookie. So I got one of those. I have the Steve Gromek, which is, of course, the man who pitched Game 4 of the 1948 World Series as Larry Doby hit the game-winning homer. And Gene Bearden as well. And so I have a start. So I actually went to my LCS here close to me, Triple Play Sports Cards. And I told the guy Tony there who works there, who's become like a great Saturday afternoon buddy that I come in and check in on. I said, this is what I think I'm doing. He said, okay, well, look in my box. I think I have some. And he had 11 of them, 11 cards. Ken Keltner, Willard Marshall, Hank Barwe. You got Willie Puddinhead Jones, Phillies, Ulysses, Tony Lippin. We got two Puddinheads. Guess I have double. It's my first doubles. Lucky Lorky. Anyway, it goes on. Walker Cooper, Bill Rigney. So I'm a set collector of the 1949 Bowman. So get ready for that saga to continue. I have, I think, less than 10% of the cards, but I have some big ones. So that's really cool, and I'm super psyched to have that. Meanwhile, my buddy Brent, he just sends me these Mets cards because he's that kind of guy. He sent me this pile in this case of two different sets that he loves that he wanted me to see. The Studio, Fleer Studio. Is it Fleer? Leaf. What am I talking about? This is how dopey I am. But look at these cards. Todd Hundley, Vince Coleman. When you can make Vince Coleman as a Met look good, you're doing something right. As I told Brent. Hojo, Johnny Franco. What great cards. Bobby Bowe, Tony Fernandez, Dr. K. And then these flares. Also gorgeous. Todd Hundley, Saberhagen, Hojo, Eddie Murray, the great Mets Hall of Famer. But he wasn't done there. Brent, as he always does, finds the amazing cards. There's my boy Billy Buckner with the open leg shot there. Those little rascals at Upper Deck doing him dirty. 84. Donruss is, of course, Brent's signature set. He's got sent me the Mookie and the Kid. There's Kuz. Was it Kendo? Denny Heap with his sideways helmet. Hubie, George, Kingman, rated rookie darling, Keith Hernandez, Jesse, Rusty Staub choking up on the bat like a butcher boy, age 40 or so. And of course he was a Diamond King that year as well. Super cool, but Brent wasn't done. He also sent me this amazing, I don't know if this is this chrome refractor or foil board, or I don't know what it is. Brent will tell me in the comments. I know, but this is so cool. These are called the Super Teams, the New York Mets, and these are the 1986 Mets represented on the front, and on the back you see Darryl, Dwight, and Keith, and it's numbered out of 1986. Super cool from my buddy Brent. And finally, because Brent is a Houston fan and I'm a Mets fan, and we were both expansion teams in 1962, here's a stamp that some youngster had a little bit of fun with. I think they must have been more favorable to the Mets because not only did the Mets get less scribbled on there as opposed to the Houston Colts 45s, on the back, Houston got a boo and the Mets got a yeah. And then upside down it says Hitchcock Bulldog. And I think might have to do some with a high school there. So the forensics team is working on it. But thank you to Brent. And by the way, Brent gets a special shout out again because remember that Jerry Koosman card that Brent sent me? I had the Jerry Koosman 1969 Topps autograph. This is from, it may have well have been a Playing Days autograph. It's such a gorgeous autograph from Jerry Koosman. So I had already had this one. But Brent sent me a pinhole version of the Jerry Koosman card. And Jerry Koosman does TTMs. And so So there you see the pinholes. And I sent the card to Wisconsin for Jerry Koosman to sign. And for a small fee, Jerry Koosman happily signed the card and sent it back in like 10 days. And so now I have my first ever TTM pinhole card. And what a magnificent example this is. Look at those pinholes again. But you can see, again, I mean, it's stark and shocking, the difference between the two autographs. And God bless Jerry Koosman for still signing. The man is in his 80s. He does not have to do this. He uses the money for charity. But look at how time takes its toll on you. But he's still going. And God bless him that he's still going. And he is going to be the first ever pinhole autograph TTM card on the Holy Grail Wall of Fame, the great Jerry Koosman. And finally, as we strike the set here for our final topic, I need your help. Will you do me a favor, please? I need your help. Why do I need your help? Well, I need your help because it's that time of year again. It is time for the 2025 Baseball Card Hall of Fame ballot. Our friend Ray from Philly does a ton of work to compile 40 candidates from you, the voting community, to refresh and renew the class so that in 2025 we can induct 5 new cards into the Baseball Card Hall of Fame. And a very special card just missed the cut last year. And I bet you can guess where I'm going with this. And if you can't guess, then you don't know me that well. It is the 1967 Rookie Stars, Mets Rookie Stars, Bill Dennehy and Tom Seaver. Card number 581. And to their eternal disgrace, SGC left Bill Dennehy's name off of the flip there. But he's an important player in Mets history and in baseball history, as is Tom Seaver, of course, the franchise. And so let me just make the case for you to vote for Tom Seaver and Bill Dennehy as members of the Baseball Card Hall of Fame. And as I do, I have a little accompaniment here. Now, I'm not going to throw down the fact that Tom Seaver is a United States Marine. He served his country honorably. But Tom Seaver and Bill Dennehy were both huge Mets prospects, and that's why they were on this card. It's a high number card. It's a tough card. It's an expensive card. Partly because it's a high number, but partly because Tom Seaver is one of the greatest pitchers of all time. In 1967, both of these players were sought after by both the Mets and other teams who wanted them, including the Washington Senators, who wanted a player when the Mets came calling about their manager, Gil Hodges. And the Washington Senators asked for Tom Seaver. They said, can we please have Tom Seaver? And the Mets said, no Seaver, but we got this other guy, Bill Dennehy, who we think you'll like. And so the Mets traded that man on the left, Bill Dennehy, to the Washington Senators for Gil Hodges, another United States Marine who joined forces with Tom Seaver to become the two pillars of the franchise that we both know and love today. Tom Seaver and Gil Hodges won and became the Miracle Mets in 1869 and began a run that's still going to this day. Can you tell I didn't write this? Not only did they become a miracle in New York and dazzle all those fans, they became a counterbalance to the Yankees in that in the American League. And for the fans of New York, they needed another team. The Giants and the Dodgers had left, and Gil and Tom brought hope back to the greatest city on earth. And this card is the best way I could tell that story. Bill Dennehy and Tom Seaver both deserve to be in the Baseball Card Hall of Fame. And so when you're voting, I hope you'll consider them as part of your vote. Fill in 9 others, I don't care. But these two deserve to be in there. Thank you for listening to me. Ooh, what a good crescendo. I'm going to go out on this. Have a great day. Happy Easter. I'm going to keep listening. It's going to end. That's it for this episode. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. It's going to come down here. All right. All right. Slow and quiet. That's it for this episode. I'm going to leave now. Thank you.